Hi guys, it's been a while since my last video / confession. Apologies, I've not been around much since lockdown. The work has gone nuts. Let's put it that way. Let's get some more light on the case here. So I have been painting, but the videos have taken a bit of a back seat. I've been left to mock things up, take pictures, put them on Instagram, etc. So do look me up on Instagram. I think it's still Ptolemy the Northern chap on there. You see some of the pictures of the bolt action stuff that I've been working on. That's been my major detour away from Napoleonics. And if you'd like to see videos of the efforts that I've put on there for bolt action, leave a comment, let me know. I wasn't really planning on doing any videos relating to that, but I can do. It depends what you want to see. Battlefield's looking quite nice, which again you'll see on the Instagram. I've been posting some pictures on Facebook as well, but it's all there. I can see that I've increased my subscription base, which is good. Whilst I was away, more views still coming on the channel, so I thought I'd put this video together. So anyway, let's crack on. So what have I got to talk about today? Well, I thought we'd talk about this thing, which is a 3D printed Stug. I thought we'd talk about the Lancers you can see behind it, and where I am with a battalion of Perry's Highport French infantry, Napoleonics again. And then, just to finish off, maybe while we talk about the figures, maybe talk about some of the washes that I'm going to use from Army Painter. And then, a bit of a treat or not, depending on how you might think it's the worst thing ever. Talk about a bit of a secondary detour that I made into Space Marines, really. These Primus Marines that you get with in a box set, which I bought for my son. And what I've been doing just with some of the terrain and some of the figures. So hopefully you can see that guy at the top there. Yeah, actually been quite a sexy thing to do for a change. Quite enjoyed it. So anyway, let's get back to it. We'll start with the tank. Whoop. Just adjust my wheel a second there. The grandioseness of those Space Marines tower. Right, so this is a 3D printed Stug. First thing to note, I bought it on eBay. I bought 3 of them from a guy. I forget his name actually, and I'm not going to have a go at him or slag him off. But I'm not going to promote him either, because I ordered 3 OSG. Followed the guidelines I thought I'd put into the eBay purchasing app, and received these that are not OSG. These are earlier variants. It doesn't have the machine gun, the remote control machine gun, doesn't have the pig snout on there either, and it looks like it's got the howitzer gun, but I'm not an expert. Either way, I knew I was, they don't cost too much. I think they're about £9 each, so I'm not going to complain because I'm quite happy with them. I'm not a rivet counter, and for me they'll do. But I do want to just comment on them for anybody else that's trying to buy these things. They took a while to come, and if you're a purist, I don't think it's for you. There is a bit of cleanup to do with them when they come, because if you don't want to clean them up and you want the guy to clean them up, they're about the same price as a real good quality model, a resin model, or maybe even the plastics. So I wouldn't go down that route unless you've got a real aversion to gluing stuff together like I do. But I won't be buying anymore because I hated cleaning them up with a passion. I think if you'd done 20 in a row, you'd probably have the technique. But you know, I nearly broke a couple of scalpels trying to get these things cleaned up. And they're not that clean as it is. So I've got another 2 of these, and I am happy with them, but that's mainly down to my paint job. Put a bit of effort in. Late war camouflage colours, and I'm building this camouflage on top. As you can see, I'm using let's have a look. I've got a can over here. I'm using WW2 static grass layering spray to just layer on some loo caps. Rough grade summer, I think it is, kind of flock on top, and as you can tell, there's a few bristles in there, and I'm laying it onto there. It's the first time I've tried this. I think it's going to look okay actually. What do you think? Comments below. Anyway, like I said, if you want to see more of my bolt action stuff and maybe some of the buildings and the battlefield and all that sort of thing, I can put videos together, but only really if there's any interest, because otherwise I won't bother. So let me know. And that is that's a 3D painted tank. Oh, the other thing I meant to tell you about as well, if you're thinking about getting these, which you can't really see now. You know, I've layered the paint on this thing. It's had it lathered on. Let's zoom in. You can see in it, can't you, the grooves, and that's what you get with a 3D printed vehicle. It's obviously the way it's put together, and if you can live with it, fine. I know my mate Bill, he doesn't care for his Americans. He's got loads of these things for different uses, Shermans, Jeeps, whatever. Trucks, he doesn't mind. Me, not so happy with, but then again, I've learned to live with it. So good value for money if you can put up with the cleanup, and you're happy with the grooves and stuff like that. Otherwise, it looks like a decent model, doesn't it? So we'll put that to one side, and what we'll do instead is bring these guys up. So as you can see, they're underway. The paint's finished. Now I've just got to work on the bases. So let's pull it forward a bit more. They are, of course, Perry Miniatures line lancers, Leger lancers, and quite happy with them. Quite happy with the way they've panned out. They're going to look smart. The Elite Company are quite a nice set of figures. And when I've done the basing, what I'll do is I'll get them on a light box and we'll do a closer look up at them. Maybe put some sexy music behind it, or maybe my usual horrible music that I put behind it. I don't think anybody else can listen to Long Hot Summer or a Digio for Strings or whatever, so we'll see. Mistakes I've made, well, I don't know if it's a mistake really. They're not as clean as normal. I haven't really put 100% of the effort in that I might on other figures or in other time. I've used a Karazia flag. This eagle is back to front. There's no livery on the bugler, but I think it still looks nice. Perry's didn't sculpt it in, and I couldn't be bothered to free paint it. Again, these are just going to be wargaming figures. They're going to be facing off against Austrians, I think, maybe this year. Maybe the British at some point if I get a chance to have a battle. I'm trying to get a community of wargamers around the Ludlow area together so that we can have some battles. Certainly lockdown's been very restrictive, hasn't it? So I've been left to mock things up and take photographs, which you can see on my Instagram of the same name, Ptolemy the Northern chap. So take a look at that. There's also some pictures on Facebook, Wargame Central, etc., which you can see the links on my page somewhere. So anyway, I'll get these guys finished, and yeah, just another point. Again, I did it again. I mean, these things just don't fit together properly because of the horsetails, etc. But they're good enough. So let's zoom out of it. So all in all, we're not doing bad with this video, are we? So that's them. Pop them there, and then we've got all these guys. Look at all these. This is approximately half a battalion of French infantry, 36-man unit that I'm putting together. Now you hear people talking about block painting, and I'm sure everybody here knows what block painting is, but if you don't, this is pretty much what is meant by block painting. So roughly, the figures have been given their initial coatings of things, of colours. You know, and I do know people that'd be happy with this. This would be their level of painting, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? But me personally, I like to apply a few washes and maybe take some highlights, and then that'll do. I picked these specifically because of the greatcoats. I was going to go down Calpe Miniatures, but I've done a brigade of those guys, so I thought I'd give Perry Miniatures a go, see how they pan out. I don't normally do high port. I'm more of a march attack man, but I thought, look, come on. Be inspired by Elite Miniatures. You see those guys all the time, and they've got a lot of movement in them, so I thought, right, we'll do a different pose. But I still can't bring myself to do a firing line. Just can't see how I get them moving around a battlefield. But what I have seen, as an aside, is I see Elite. I don't know if they just released, but I saw on Facebook, Francis Thernau, is it? We pushed some of the Elite young guard, middle guard. Had a look on the Elite Miniatures website, and they're looking really sexy. So I might have to venture into Elite. I heard Von Gettering, he did a couple of units, didn't he, recently? I think not too long ago. He said they're not everybody's cup of tea. So I might splurge out on a regiment of them at some point. This is going to be a regiment, and I've got a regimental command. So once I get get that far, what I'll do is I'll get the regimental command. We'll have a look at it probably before I start painting them. So it's not the first time I've done these officers. I bought these additional to the battalion so that I could get some variation in those figures. But yeah, watch this space. Wash this space or watch this space. Am I that clever? Do you kind of play on words? I don't think so. But that leads me on to washes. So maybe I did mean wash this space. Anyway, primarily I think these are the three I'm going to use. The soft tone is probably for the greatcoats. The light tone will be for the white trousers, and the flesh tone obviously for the faces. Vallejo do a very nice flesh tone as well, but it's a bit redder than the Warlord Games army painter stuff. So I kind of go hot and cold between the two. I think I might have run out of the Vallejo, which is why I'm using this stuff. If I need any other washes, I'll just apply them as a go, but probably they're the three that is going to give the majority of the effect that I want on these figures. I might use some dark tone, maybe on the Shakos, where there's a figure like this, for example, that I've just used a light colour. Looks naff there, but when you apply a wash to it, the lightness will allow the wash. The wash will promote the lightness, but it will dull it down as well. Does that make sense? So, yeah, so I've done a block painting. We shall see what it looks like with the washes. I'll report on that again, and then I'll show you the highlights, what it looks like, starts to look with highlights. I'd love to be able to do a painting video at some point, but again, as you're aware, I haven't been here for a very long time. So let's just take a look at an alternative I've been working on for my son, really, more than me. I said, son, I know you're only 6, but what you really need is one of these Primus Space Marine sets. And then what happened? He got it for Christmas, and Daddy took it off him and painted it. So here we go. There you go. You can see these guys on the top here. This one's been varnished. This guy hasn't. You know, it's my attempt at Space Marines. I know people are absolute artists at these, and they do a really good job. But yeah, for the money, I think it was £85 or £115. I can't remember. You get a hell of a lot of kit, really. I haven't quite finished them, but you get these Necrons as well. I've still got some to put together, actually. So it's a slow burn. As my lad gets a bit older, I'm looking forward to taking him on and just. He already likes the wargaming, but if I can get him into this stuff, it's a good gateway in, I think. A bit more of an interest for him. But he seems to be adapting well to the World War II stuff, so I don't, you know, the motivation to finish these isn't quite there. But just general figures, you know, for plastic kits are absolutely gorgeous. They're obviously pushing the technology forwards in Games Workshop. And all they are is, you know, painted blue, washed and then highlighted a bit. Stick a bit of copper on, stick the stickers on, job's a good one. So I won't rabbit on about these guys. What I want to say is, oh, you get things like this as well for terrain. Brilliant, eh? I mean, look at the size of that thing. Plastic kits, but, you know, I've obviously got the injection moulding going. We'll give that a wash, get it looking like this thing here. I got 3 or 4 of these in the box. It's good, isn't it? So that's it, guys. Bit of a ramble, 13 minutes long for my first video back. Do like, subscribe, do whatever, sexy, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers, bye.